Welcome back to One Comic Book a Day, where we're covering the second story in Superman 44, The Men Who Wouldn't Die on Time. This is another Superman mystery, which are also not very good stories, except for Compass Points to Murder. That's actually nearly a functional murder mystery story for a Superman story. Also, it's kind of fun and has that great title. This one has some fun moments due to Superman having some challenges, stopping a building from exploding. There's some actual superhero heroics in this, but it still suffers from lack of time to tell the story in one issue. In fact, like a lot of mystery stories are usually kind of like a fair game, even if they are not a fair game, like a sense that you can solve everything, you meet all the suspects, you meet every character that's important, you hear all the information, though even if you can't solve the crime, it feels like you could if you were really paying attention or if you had the intellect to do it. Early Doyle stories, early Sherlock Holmes stories, hadn't quite figured that out. In fact, in the first Sherlock Holmes story, we meet the murderer at the moment Sherlock goes, "This guy's the murderer." And that's sort of the problem here. We kind of meet him a little earlier. So in this story, we meet this old reporter for the Daily Planet named Swifty. And Swifty keeps getting phone calls every night for exclusives telling him about rich people dying, only for these rich people not to be dead. And honestly, this is on Swifty for doing absolutely no reporting once he gets these phone calls, or actually checking on any of this. So the guys aren't dead, but then after the report comes out, after the newspaper is printed, they do die the way Swifty reported. So the first time the guy dies, second time Superman actually stops the death, and this leads to Swifty being fired. So this is where things really fall apart in the story. The third victim that gets called in ends up being a friend of Swifty, also a rich man, and he's having dinner with this other guy. And what it ends up turning out to be is this other guy, who is a friend of Swifty as well, is murdering these guys so he inherits their stuff, because weirdly he inherits it instead of any family. So honestly, you should have really looked at this dude from the beginning, especially seeing that the last two people who died, he got their stuff. There's nearly a trend there. So once again, it's not a hard mystery to figure out if we had the information, but because the story has 14 pages to tell it, they tell the story really quickly without giving us most of the information we need. And Superman's not much of a mystery-solving character. He's too overpowered for that. Just give him people to save. For the love of God, you did it like an issue ago. Okay, that is it from Superman 44, The Men Who Wouldn't Die on Time. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get notifications when new videos up. I do this Monday through Friday. Fridays is Bat Friday, where I cover a Batman story in either Detective Comics or Batman. And until next time, let's ponder the question, whatever did happen to the Man of Tomorrow? And why didn't Swifty try to get any sort of confirmation? Okay, whatever. Have a great day.